Good morning, dear.
Morning, Ross. Morning, John. Thanks for having me.
No worries. I read it to my Dan, I was going to ask you, I read it last night.
Fantastic.
To my 5-year-old son. I was thinking, what age group is it directed at?
Well, if your 5-year-old understood it and enjoyed it, he's ahead of the curve because it's 8 to 12 is the group where
he's clearly gifted.
He's gifted, obviously.
Because I read a bit of it and I couldn't understand it. So.
There is a ceiling on it. There is a ceiling.
Because you know there are two types of gifted children, don't you? Your own children and gifted children.
Gifted children.
No, he absolutely loved it to the extent that, I did the old read 1.5 pages. Well, better wrap it up there. No. So he made me, and I read the entire first paragraph, which goes for a fair time. First chapter, right? He absolutely loved it.
Oh, fantastic.
And he wanted to know where the book came from.
The book? Yeah. The idea? Or?
No, the book itself. So he has a message for you, okay?
Yeah, please.
He said, can you tell Peter Helliar I've got a book from Peter Helliar? So I've said what I said I would do.
I made that one particularly for him as well. So
where'd you get the idea?
Growing up, my favourite book that I remember, the first book I remember loving was The Magic Faraway Tree by Ian Blyton. And I love the idea of a kid, in that case it was a group of kids, going off and having an adventure and then trying to get back. And I also love the movie Back to the Future. So I guess they're the two inspirations, and I just wanted to make a film about a kid who didn't have a lot of friends but found a purpose. I wanted to make it a book about a boy and a relationship with his grandparents, so Frankie Fish was born.
Was it your first book?
It is. I did co-write one a couple of years ago for a bloke called Brian K. Straw, and I ghost-wrote it. He was his autobiography, pure BS. But there was no story involved there. That was just chapter by chapter, and this is more of a narrative.
When Ross promoted you coming in earlier this morning, he asked me what's the first book I ever read.
Yep.
The Faraway Tree.
He said The Magic Faraway Tree by Enid Blyton.
Yeah, it's a beautiful. I mean, Moonface and the Pots and Pans guy. Yeah, it was just awesome.
It's one of the most important things in life, I reckon, is to read, and
Absolutely.
especially books. My two oldest boys may have read one between them. Right.
Yeah.
How are your three going on it?
My kids love them. I've always loved them. My youngest, Oscar, who's 8, he carries books around with him. And I'm kind of falling in love with the book community and the book industry. They're full of passionate people and who listen. I mean, this industry, some people were writing it off when Kindles came along a few years ago, but I think parents still love books being in their kids' hands.
I know. I'm going to read a book, not a Kindle, to my children, and we read to Huey every single night. And how many chapters in this? Because this
there's about 28 chapters. There's about 260 pages.
Right.
So it's not light. But I've loved reading it to my kids. I keep feeling the cover. I keep smelling it. Because
it's embossed.
It is embossed.
And I'll tell you something that works with the embossing. I got him to, he said, what does that say? So I ran his finger over it and I said, that says Frankie and that says Fish. And then I made the mistake of saying, that says Peter and that says Helliar. And that led to the message for you. Can we talk briefly about Pricey?
Oh, please.
And his return to the project?
Yep.
Will the set be big enough for his head?
I wouldn't think so. Hopefully he puts the guns away because he's got the guns out at the moment with the singlet. I'm not sure if you noticed, the first week or so he was in the T-shirt.
Yeah.
And then it slowly just got into the tank top. He's walked around without a tank top recently, so he's like his Brad Pitt just walking around the jungle. I'm actually looking forward to chatting to him about his experience, and I'm sure you guys are too.
And I don't wish to sort of introduce someone else into the conversation, but same to ask of. Did Strawny have a point of view about seeing Pricey kiss Dane Swan the other night? Was there any element of jealousy? Or
Strawny's gone to ground on that one. He hasn't commented on it, but there was one GIF, those little 2-second videos that get sent around on the internet that I got. That was, they did a challenge where they had to pass some kind of eyeball or some kind. It might have been a testicle. I don't know what it was, but it was
round.
Yeah, it was round, and they had to pass it. They couldn't use their hands, so they were doing it by their mouths.
Yeah.
And Lisa Curry got the short straw because she had to pass it to Pricey. So there's just this gift that I have of Lisa Curry. Basically, it looks like she was kissing Steve Price.
Yeah, and that's.
That would be
no one
replayed-
should have to go through
Well,
that.
that would be replayed ad nauseum over the project over the next year, I would imagine.
Isn't it interesting what you say about books, that there are things that, the digital disruption comes along and everyone says everything is going to be obliterated by
Yeah.
digital disruption. And the book
The book is
may not be.
and it's thriving, and it's. I think it's because kids still love having things in their hands. I think, and like I said, I got the Oscar brought home the Scholastic Book Club to me the other day, and he was excited because Frankie Fisher's in the Scholastic Book Club, and that was how I chose books when I was a kid. I would get that catalogue and I would circle the books, and a week or two later the books would arrive, and you don't get that. You don't get that with on iTunes with digital downloads.
You're jealous of Andy Lee, because Andy Lee's book, is about
was it, six pages?
6 pages, 23 words, a couple of cartoons, bang,
He
job's
didn't even
done.
draw it. I mean, I didn't draw the illustrations in this, admittedly, but oh yeah, that was the easy way out. There were times. I mean, it's tricky enough writing for kids for the first time, admittedly, and then I put time travel in it. So I had all these time travel rules. I put one draft in, which was half the book, and there was this one massive time travel rule that I'd broken. So I had to kind of restart the whole thing again.
Is there a movie in it?
Well, it's funny. My 12-year-old Aiden read the book, and that was his comment. He goes, "Oh my God, this is a movie." So there's been some little conversations, but we're just concentrating on making a good book and writing the second book because it's the first of 3 at the moment. So,
Pete, congratulations. I'm now for the next 28 nights. In fact, we do it every 2 days. Oh, well, Sarah will do it tonight. It's Peter Helliar, Frankie Fish and the Sonic Suitcase. It's a lovely read. My son devoured the first chapter last night. And it's beautifully designed as well. Congratulations.
thank you very much, guys.
And good luck with dealing with that when it comes out of the jungle.
Let's help each other out, guys.
Peter Helliar, author of Frankie Fish and the Sonic Suitcase, his debut children's novel on the shelves now.